And finally, for today's episode, let's turn to David Trim for a look at Adventist history.
This week, we hear about a missionary couple who make a huge difference in South America.
This week in Adventist history, we focus on one forgotten but indefatigable missionary couple who laid the foundations for church growth in Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador. On May 31, 1903, Richard A. Hayden was born in Los Angeles, California. He attended Walla Walla College and began evangelistic work in Washington State in 1928, when this photo of him was taken. In 1930, however, Dick Hayden and his new wife Georgiana, who was known as Jo, went to serve as missionaries in the Inca Union of the South American Division. For their first 3 years, they worked at a mission station in Iquitos in Peru's remote Amazonian region. And here you see Dick and Jo with their first baptismal class, which numbered 25 people. In 1933, the Haydens moved up to the Andes Mountains to serve in the Lake Titicaca training school. But 2 years later, Richard was appointed to serve as educational and missionary volunteer secretary, director, as we would say today, of the Bolivia mission. This photograph was taken there in 1936. It shows Dick, Jo, and their 2 sons who had both been born in Peru. In 1940, Dick was elected director, president in today's terms, of the Amazon mission in Bolivia, and worked there for 8 years. From 1948 to 1958, the Haydens went back to Peru, serving at the Inca Union headquarters. Dick led the education, home missions, and Sabbath school departments. For 2 years, Dick served as president of the Ecuador mission, but then it was back to Peru as first president of the North Peru mission. He served in that capacity for 4 years, 1961 through 63, before stepping down to departmental director in order to allow an indigenous leader to serve as president. For the Haydens' last 4.5 years in Peru, Richard remained in the North Peru mission, leading the lay activities, Sabbath school, and radio and television departments. On April 30, 1968, in a letter confirming his retirement to the General Conference, Hayden wrote, "Mrs. Hayden and I have been laboring here in the Inca Union since 1930, and it is hard for us to leave our many friends here. We are glad, however, to see these younger Peruvian men take over." Richard Hayden died in 1990, aged 87. Jo followed him 6 years later.